Hello, and welcome to our pre-show lobby chat on Lope de Vega's The Capulets and Montagues with a new translation by Dakin Matthews. This is a completely informal little trailer for what you're about to watch, just like I would be asking somebody in a lobby before we went in. I am blessed to be joined by the wonderful scholar out of UCLA, Rhonda Shera, and by the director of our reading, Melia Ben-Susan. Thank you both for joining in this lobby before we go into the reading.
It's a pleasure, and I feel like we are just right after rehearsal, since we are just after rehearsal, so it feels very much like the lobby.
Perfect. Well, Rhonda, let me start with you. It'll be the same question for both of you, but hey, I'm about to walk in and see this reading. Can you let me know in just a minute or two what I most need to know to enjoy this particular reading and adaptation?
Yeah, well, so you're going to be enjoying a play by Lope de Vega, and it's based on the same source as the Shakespeare play, but it's not based on the Shakespeare play. They were coming out and from different engagements with a common source in the Italian. And Lope de Vega is a preeminent name in Spanish drama. So you're going to see something by one of the absolute masters and his take on a story that you think you might know, but you're going to see, in a vastly different way than you've ever seen it before. Not only in content, which we won't get into too much to leave some surprises for you, but also in the intricate rhyme, which is really a thing that Spanish drama is known for, and something that this translation by Dakin Matthews is really taking a lot of effort to keep into the translation. And if you've ever tried to write any poetry or do any rhyming, you know that English isn't quite as easy to do that with. We are relatively rhyme poor. And so Dakin has taken a lot of care to do things with line endings and kind of internal rhymes and intricate wordplay to maintain that sort of rhyme scheme that is really very complicated. It's not just one rhyme scheme like the pentameter you might have heard of in Shakespearean drama. There's various different forms for different moods, different characters, different kinds of dialogues. And so you just kind of keep your ear tuned a bit for that while you're listening to the dialogue, and really appreciate what both in the original, what Lope was bringing for characterization, for, sort of the artistry of the whole thing, and also what Dakin has, wonderfully brought us in the English version that we're presenting today.
I would say, though, that you don't have to work too hard as an audience, because these actors are having such a good time sort of playing the rhymes and skating the language and the rhythms of it so beautifully. So I think you're in for a treat in hearing them navigate what will at moments sound to you like very contemporary language. And then all of a sudden this wonderfully composed rhythmic occurrence will lift your heart as you listen. It's really been a treat to work on.
Very cool. Melia, on top of, obviously, this is Red Bull Theater. All of our audience is obsessed with language, so you've already won them all over.
We go. We love that. We love these audiences. Thank you.
But what else, Melia, maybe you just said as you've just come out of rehearsal, what else have you been learning about this text that you think it would be helpful for the audience to know going in?
I think come to it really with an open heart, because it is not what you expect. And one of the things I love about Lope de Vega, and particularly in this play, in this adaptation of what we think of as R&J, right, which is not the Romeo and Juliet that you think you know, is the shifts in tone. It really reflects, for me, human experience of extreme joy, extreme seriousness, extreme silliness, the tragic and the farcical side by side. One scene seems utterly serious, and then is utterly serious, and the very next scene you're just enjoying the hell out of the clowns. So to the shift in tone, Shakespeare, of course, has his comic characters and his serious characters, and when those interludes are coming. And this feels it's faster in that fashion. It's just dark light, dark light, dark dark, light light, light dark. Within the same scene you have people changing. So there's a speed to this emotionally, which is really a great treat to work on. Does that make sense to you, Rhonda? I mean, that's really what I've experienced with the actors.
That's definitely, I would say, also a hallmark of Lope's drama and of Spanish drama in general, really integrating that comic and sort of meta-theatrical, like very self-aware and, commenting on these elements of the theatricality of the emotion within the drama.
Well,
and I would say,
oh no, please go ahead.
I was just going to say that in a similar fashion to the other Golden Age readings I've had the pleasure of doing with Red Bull, the women really have a lot of what I would call cejo, not a Spanish word, but if, there's a wisdom and a drive to the women. And this Juliet, too, is much more on top of things and much more self-aware and much more in control of the situation in many ways than what we think of as the archetypal ingenue, which I think is where we place Juliet in the canon. So that's like in The Courage to Right a Woman's Wrongs. It's just a wonderful motif of Spanish Golden Age because there were actresses on stage. So I think the roles for women were just that much meatier.
Exactly.
Well, thank you both. I'm sorry to have to cut it off. But
no, it's so fun.
If for those of you out there, if you want to hear more from our scholars and our director and even maybe an actor or two, definitely do join us for our Bowl session on Thursday at 7:30, where we will chat about this post the reading. But in the meantime, do enjoy this reading of The Capulets and the Montagues by Lope de Vega. Thanks so much.
Have a wonderful time.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.